In this video, I wanted to break down the 6 side hustles for teens to start in 2025. A quote I was inspired to share is from a YouTuber named Ali Abdal, and that's, "The only way to make money is by providing value to people who are willing to pay for that value." I'll have timestamps down below for you to skip and skim through the video, but I recommend you watch this video with an open mind and make sure that you will be able to implement these side hustles into your everyday life as a creative. Making money is a skill just like anything else, so I hope that you watch this video and listen to the advice that I share so that way you could help turn your hobbies into a side hustle. And hey, in a couple years from now, you might be making this very video teaching others how to build their side hustles as well. Side hustles have completely changed my life and allowed me to live more comfortably as a teenager and go to the mall, spend money while living more freely. So I'm not always worried about like penny pinching. I'm making money passively, so that way when I'm doing other things, I'm collecting money without being there momentarily and working. They've allowed me to elevate my hobbies into side hustles and now even to businesses. And since this video is primarily about money, I wanted to remind ourselves that making money passively is not all about the money, but instead the freedom that it buys you. I think it's really important to have a diverse portfolio to make sure that you're not just tied down to one business, but instead you have a couple side hustles that will make you money passively instead of devoting all your time to one and having the chance of that falling down. You never know how life can hit you, so it's really important that you have multiple sources of income just in case of that one problem that comes about in your main business. In my case, I started side hustles when I was 13, working with my dad in his junk removal business. From there, out of my own passion, I started a sports videography company when I was a sophomore in high school, just filming local athletes in my area. My third side hustle was selling t-shirts of my own, like this one, to my friends and athletes who were at my school who supported my sports videography business. So you kind of see how those tie together. Now this made me a bit of profit, but today I'm now working on selling digital products, which you can actually find down in the description below, but work to help other sports photographers improve the looks of their own images by buying my own presets that I use on a daily basis. So just again, if you're a sports photographer and you want some really high quality presets, I'll have them linked in the description below, and I'm also working on a new pack, so stay tuned. Let's start with one of my favorites, selling digital products. This is one of the easiest ways to start in a side hustle business because you can create something you're passionate about digitally and sell it over and over again, so you don't even have to look at it and it's making you money passively. For example, like I just mentioned, I started selling sports photography presets who want to edit just like me. It's honestly crazy to think that just by experimenting on my computer and working hard throughout my sports videography business that I can make a product that people will actually really be interested in and get a whole lot of sales. The key to this side hustle is finding something that you're already super good at. So for me, it was sports photography. I felt that I was really passionate about it, and this made it easy for me to devote my interest into creating a product for it. For example, are you good at writing, creating Canva templates, designing logos, or creating Notion graphics? Well, I feel like some of these would be really good and you could turn these into a side hustle of your own. I personally use Gumroad to sell my digital products, but I also know of Etsy, which is also super popular. I just find Gumroad is a lot better for selling digitally than Etsy is. Just because they make it super user friendly and they only take a small percentage out of each purchase that somebody makes. One of the tips that I would first give you when starting your own digital product business is marketing is key. Your product doesn't have to be the best in the whole industry, but if you're in a really niche subject and people are willing to pay for your product, as long as you're creating really amazing graphics or videos promoting your product, you're gonna get a whole lot of sales. Next up is selling t-shirts. This one's for my creatives out there. I've personally designed and sold my t-shirts at my school, and it's been a super fun way to make money. I just had to reach out to a local screen printer in my area, and he hooked me up and we got to screen printing, and a lot of the times they'll even give you discounts when first starting an order, which makes kicking off your business super easy. For this side hustle, I've made hundreds of dollars in profit and it's just a fun way to get my word out there. And because I'm selling t-shirts that are specific to my business, it's also a little bit of promo while also making me money, so it works out perfectly. And if you aren't selling these for like a brand like myself, I recommend you could start selling artistic, funny, or serious t-shirts on apps like Teespring or Princey, and this allows you to sell t-shirts globally without having to keep track of shipping and all that, because those apps do it for you. So as long as you can come up with a design and print it on a t-shirt, they will do the rest for you and make sure that you don't have to keep track of inventory. I just find this so fun, and I know a lot of teenagers out there that are making thousands and thousands of dollars selling t-shirts and selling other clothing items that their audience would really enjoy. Photography and videography are side hustles that are really close to my heart, just because I've been doing it for about 3 years now. Whether you're doing family portraits, doing events, or doing sports photos like I do, I just feel like photography has an endless potential to make money as long as you're making packages that suit your customer best. I started off by shooting local events and sports games, just like football at my high school, and I've been able to generate some steady side income that have allowed me to pay for things that I have to pay for in upcoming college and throughout high school. With this side hustle, I've made the most amount of money, making thousands of dollars to help support myself in college. I know one of the huge drawbacks to this would be the amount of money you have to put into it to start this hobby. If you already have a camera laying around, that's great, but I know a lot of you want to look professional from the jump and have a full-on camera. But I feel like this is not always entirely needed. You could start out with your phone or possibly use your own school's camera like I did when I was first getting started. This will just help you build some money and build some clientele, so that way you can eventually invest in a camera and start making a lot more profit, and you could charge a lot more per client and athlete. Next, as a teenager and as a creative, I feel like this one is super big right now, and that is video editing. Everybody from YouTubers like what I'm doing in this video and small business owners need people to edit their videos. Since I already had experience as an editor for sports videos, I was able to charge other people and make money from that. So I've made a couple $100s. It hasn't been huge, but it's been a side hustle that I also haven't dove too deep into. So I feel like if I were to, there's a lot of money to be made, and if you solely dedicate your time towards video editing and gaining a bigger clientele, I feel like this has a lot of room to be profitable. In 2025, there's already so many new tools. First of all, DaVinci Resolve is free, which is a super good app and super good for color editing, which it's mostly known for. There's also iMovie, which I actually first got started on. And then there's also Adobe Premiere Pro for editing. And if you're a student, which I assume you are if you're watching this video, you could get about 60% off per month, which for me it's about $20 a month I pay. But if you're already making a lot of profit from video editing, that should be no big deal. The key for me is really posting your videos on social media so that way other creators could see your work. Building a portfolio or building a website for others to view is also really important. And then just sending emails, cold emails to your favorite creators and asking if you could edit for them. And see, that's just another way to build relationships while also making money. There's also freelance platforms like Fiverr that I know are really good for people who want a short-term editor that can also build to long-term as well. Now, I saved this side hustle for last because I think it's super profitable, but it definitely takes more time to develop, as you need to be really experienced and noticed at your skill. This side hustle is coaching, so it could be coaching your skills that you already know in a specific area, or tutoring others around you. For me, I've done some informal coaching through DMs, obviously, of people asking questions, but I know a lot of people who have built a huge portfolio and have gotten clients to hop on calls with them, and they're normally charging about $60 an hour if they just talk with people about their own skill. And I feel like, why not? If you have extra time, why wouldn't you hop on a call and teach other creatives your skills while also making a whole lot of money? And I know I've been talking about a lot of like digital creative skills, but this could be stuff like playing an instrument or certain types of art, or just simple math that you may see in school. I think coaching and tutoring people, helping them if you're really skilled in that area, has a huge chance to be profitable. I know a lot of people who just post their ads on Instagram or Facebook Marketplace targeting parents, so that way they could help sign their kids up for your services. And if you're more professional, just market on Instagram and make sure that you're showing good feedback from your clients as well. Now, these 6 side hustles have huge room to grow in 2025 because they're all super easy and something that you could do at home. Just remember that the key to succeeding in anything in life, and especially side hustles, is consistency. As I mentioned before in this video, I started creating digital photography presets, so if you want to check those out, I'll have them linked in the description below. Thank you guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what side hustle you are gonna start first. I'd love to hear it, and feel free to DM me if you have any side hustle specific questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.